Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So we've got a charity shop haul, and this is all linens and fabrics. So I had so much that I gathered over the last sort of month or so. I've sort of split them up into different categories. So this is all fabrics and laces and things. So this is a big scarf that I got, but look at the lace at the end of here. Let's cut that because that'll be annoying. There we go. Get rid. What did I pay? £1.50 for that. Recycle that label, Jez. But that is so pretty, and there's oodles of it. What a pretty lace. And this fabric's quite nice as well, so I could use that as well. Sometimes it's just the lace at the end that I'm interested in, and I don't do much with the rest of it. But yeah, I've got 2 lengths of that. Nice colour. It makes me think all vintage, that does. Here we've got, I'm going to cut the labels off as we go. So that was £1 because it's in the shop where everything's half price. And so this was a top from Next, but look at it. And this reminded me, so at the retreat I recently went on, Brenda gave everybody some little bits of fabric, and there was some lace that was coloured sort of quite similar to this, and I thought, what a brilliant idea. So yeah, you'll be chopped up, matey. So what else have I got here? This was, I paid £3 for this, which it's a little bit more than I normally pay, but it's a dress. But look at all this lace. So there's that layer, that nice embroidery anglais layer, that huge layer there. I just thought that was enough lace to be using, and then underneath there's this stretchy t-shirty fabric. I probably wouldn't use that. I would just be unpicking that and using that lace. And I figured I've got 3 types of lace. I'd have paid £1 for each of those layers, so that was worth it. So that just needs chopping up. So it's worth looking at clothes and seeing what you get. What did I get here? So this was half of £1.65. This was, because it was in the half price section. Oh, it's a big apron, you know, like, so it's a waist apron, Harvey's of Oldham. It's so thick, so I thought this would just be great fabric for a cover. It's a nice big bit of rectangle, and yeah, great for a foundation of a cover. And I could and because it's cotton, I could easily dye it, so that'll work well. Here we've got another scarf. Again, this was half of £1.25, and this has got different bits of lace on it. So we've got this bit at the end, this tassely bit. I'd probably cut those bits off, and so we just have that bit of lace there. This fabric's quite nice. This would dye really nicely, and it's quite thin, so I quite like the idea of that. And then all the way along this section here, look at, you can't see it, look at that. Let me put a bit of straw paper behind. You can see the pattern on that. Gorgeous. And then this has got this trim all the way along it as well. So yeah, I'd have paid twice the price for that. When I go into charity shops and I get absolute bargains like this, you know, when you go to the till and it's like, you know, do you want to donate an extra 25p or whatever, you know, when you use your card. So I always do that because, you know, I'd have happily paid the full price on this. It's just stunning. What else have we got in here? Oh, there's some nice doilies here, which will go around the spine of a book. Really nice. So like them. I thought I got a couple more of them. No, that's all you got there. I'm going to tidy up as I go, make myself a little bit of. So they're going right to beside me because these are perfect size. I've got some that are much bigger, but this is the perfect size for going round the spine of a small book. So, and I've got a little pot now just over there, and then oh, I did have some more, Jez. I did have another one. I knew I had some more there, so like that one as well. They had others, but they were much bigger, and when I first started buying things, I just like, oh, I'll have that, and then I get home and it's like, well, actually they're too big to go around the spine, but these ones are a really good size to go on the spine of a journal cover. And then these two bits were actually my sister-in-law came to visit, and she said, are we going to go up and look at your charity shops? I said, yeah. She said, oh, I've got a few things to donate. So I went through it first and I went, oh, look how beautiful that is. And I went, oh, can I have that instead if you give it to charity shop? She said, yeah, no problem. I went, I will be cutting it up. So this is from M&S as well. I said, I will be cutting it up. She said, no, that doesn't matter. But that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then there's stuff around here. And the buttons, I'll reuse that. And the cotton, I'll reuse it all. And I'll probably dye it. So, and as it's cotton, it would take lots. And then there was this. I just wish I was as skinny as my sister-in-law, because I'd probably wear some of this. So this is from White Stuff as well, so it would have been expensive, but it is just gorgeous, gorgeous. And so yeah, I'd probably use every inch of this in some way, shape or form. So just lovely, 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 lovely. And as we've got such good weather, I might dye some of these bits of laces that I've got. And there we are, all dyed. So I just dyed them in tea. I used my washing up bowl in my sink, and I put, I think, about 12 tea bags in there, poured in a kettle of boiling water, left it to brew for a bit, and then topped it up with cooler water and shoved them in, and this is the result. And I always find it quite surprising how different fabrics take the colour differently. So let's have a look at them all, so we can see. So what's coming out first? So that's the scarf, and it now looks proper old. So it looks like it's proper vintage lace now, with the tea staining. So it's well worth doing. And then that bit of plain fabric's really nice. It's quite thin and soft. I'm sure I'll do something with that. So very pleased how that turned out. Then we had the dress. Now before I put it in, I cut the top off because I was never going to use the top bit. So we've got these three tiers of lace, the bottom being the same as the top, it's just in a different orientation, and then that embroidery anglais in the middle. And I love the colour that's turned out. So we've got loads there to use, picking up other bits of rubbish that's on my desk. So that's quite dark, that one. And then we had this shirt here, blouse. It's a blouse, Jez. And that's nice. So I've got this nice cotton that I can use, and I'll certainly be using this lovely sort of lace edge. Not quite sure yet how I'm going to use it, but yeah, very happy with how that's turned out. And I've got this nice bit of cotton on the back there. And then this one is very very neat how this one's took the dye. So it's like a linen, and the bits of embroidery had this sort of white creamy satin thread, and that hasn't taken the tea, so we've got this really nice effect on it, and I'm really pleased with that. And if you look at the bottom bit, how gorgeous has that turned out. I'm really happy with that. And you know, if I owned a top like this in white, having done this, I think I'd be inclined to dye it with tea. I don't know how, if you then put this through the washing machine, whether it would come out, but obviously we're not doing that. We're cutting it out, we're putting it on a journal. You don't put that in the washing machine, are you? Not on purpose anyway. So yeah, so literally sit it in the tea. I sat it in the tea for about half an hour, I think. I can't actually remember. And then I just rinsed it out, and then I spinned it, put it through the spin cycle on the machine, and then I stuck it on the line in the sunshine, and that was that. And then the final thing was this. Now this went in afterwards, so those all went in together in the bowl, but this wouldn't fit in, so I put this one in afterwards. And so whilst the other stuff was spinning, and it was about a 20 minutes spin on the machine, this was soaking. So it might have got darker if I'd soaked it longer, and it might have been because it was brewed for longer, but I don't know. But this isn't as dark, but I'm not bothered. I think that you know, that would look great. I was thinking of this for like strengthening spines and things, and to using as a backing to a soft cover. That was my thoughts. So yeah, that is what we've got. We've got that. Let's see if I can get a little bit of it all on screen at the same time. My little examples. Got that. We've even got this little bit of cording there. We've got these, and then this lovely lace and trim. So that is fabulous little haul there. Could use every little bit of this. So it is just having that vision when you see something hanging up in a charity shop, just to sort of think, oh, I could dye that with tea, and see what happens. And now I've got something very usable in a vintage journal. So yeah, hope you like that, and I will bring you something very soon using some of this lot. Okay, bye for now. Thanks for joining me.